What's up guys, another video. I know 2 videos in one day, it's crazy, but I literally just uploaded my previous video and we got more information on chapter 67 through Dragonball Hype on Twitter. Dragonball Super chapter 67 summary. The title is A Conclusion and Then. So let's just read through this and see what this is going to be all about. Alright, let's do this. Alright, the chapter opens with members of the Dragon Ball team, including Kuririn, Yamcha, and Gohan congratulating Goku for defeating Moro. Gohan is glad his dad is safe, and Piccolo and Vegeta watch from afar. The scene shifts to people up at God's palace and then Planet Yardrat rejoicing as well. Vegeta suddenly asks Goku about the source of incredible power at the end there, but Goku doesn't know either, saying that there are still some amazing guys on Earth after all. Angry, Vegeta keeps pressing him for answers, but Goku says he will understand when the time comes. Back at Oob's village, Dai Kaioshin thanks Oob for helping save the universe. Oob doesn't know what he's talking about and asks who he is. Dai Kaioshin just says he's sort of like a relative. So, Oob doesn't know where his origins come from, but it's going to be interesting when he does find out, eventually. Oob says that that's not possible because they don't look alike. Dai Kaioshin bids farewell and flies off, leaving a surprised Oob who wonders if he was dreaming. Dai Kaioshin returns to God's palace where Dende politely gives his regards. Suddenly, Dai Kaioshin reverts back into Boo and Mr. Saiyan is happy he's safe. So, for people who are wondering about Boo, there you go. Dai Kaioshin reverts back to the Boo we all know and love. So that's cool. Boo doesn't know what he's talking about though. It seems he's lost his memories of being Dai Kaioshin. He got Men in Blacked. He doesn't remember anything. Mr. Satan then offers up a big feast at his home in celebration and invites everyone to come. The scene moves to Satan's palace with everyone eating and celebrating. So it's a big celebration, a rejoice because Moro is dead and the universe is safe. That's pretty cool. Later, Goku teleports to New Namek to return Eska, and they use their Dragon Balls to revive everyone that was destroyed by Moro. Even the people of planet Zune are back to life. It seems everything is back to normal except for a certain angel in training. Several days later, Goku, Vegeta, and Boo are aboard Jaco's ship. It seems they're to be awarded medals for their role in dealing with Moro, although Goku says he doesn't need it. Upset, Jaco explains that these medals are for the true elites. Goku asks how many Jaco has, and Jaco says this is his first time getting one. So that's the other scene that I just previously showed in my previous video of them getting medals at the Galactic Patrol headquarters, but now we know it's on Jaco's ship, so that's cool. Goku and Ko arrive at the Galactic Patrol headquarters and receive their medals from the Galactic King. Okay, so scratch that. They don't receive them on Jaco's ship. They're receiving them at the actual headquarters, like I previously thought in my last video. That was just kind of weird wording, and that's probably my fault for reading it that way, but they received the medals at the Galactic Patrol headquarters, so that we know. Okay. The king thanks Goku for defeating Moro, and once again Goku grasps his penis. Wait, what? Goku grasps his penis? What? Okay. As the award recipients are named off, there's just one more. Miru's Ikanai Chiyaboshi. Sorry, that's a mouthful. Jesus. Mirus is back and Goku is surprised. Mirus is happy to be able to meet them again, and Vegeta asks how he's back. Wasn't he supposed to have disappeared? Miru says yes, he did disappear as an angel, that is. So this is the part that we saw in the translation earlier in the previous video, saying how he was granted the privilege of coming back, but at the cost of his angelic powers, which really sucks, but it is what it is. The scene moves to a few days before, with Whis and Beerus kneeling before the Grand Priest. The Grand Priest explains that usually, angels who break the rules vanish forever. However, he took things into his own hands by regenerating Mirus into a mortal. In other words, he now has a lifespan and no longer has his angel powers. This was the only way of saving him. Grand Priest then says there was one person who was willing to give up their life for this to happen. It's revealed Shin is that person. Beerus gets upset, reminding Shin that their lives are linked together. So if Shin had died, Beerus would have been Hakkai'd as well. So that's something interesting worth noting. The Grand Priest says the trio will have to deal with a penalty for the situation, letting the Zenos ride them like horses. So that's where we get the scene of Zenos playing with Shin and Beerus. A tired out Beerus after running laps collapses to the floor and Zeno chides him, okay, to go faster. Grand Prix says the usual attendants are out on vacation, so he's thankful for Beerus' help. Beerus blames Goku for this because it was his fault. Beerus ended up breaking the rules. Beerus asks Whis what Goku is doing now, and Whis replies that Goku is at the Galactic Patrol headquarters having a party with Beerus and the others. Beerus is not pleased. Of course, I wouldn't be either. Come on now. More scenes of the party commence as Goku, Beerus, and everyone else pose for a picture. Beerus won't forgive Goku for this, and Zeno calls for Beerus to go faster and faster. And thus ends Goku and Ko's mission with the Galactic Patrol. The universe enjoys some peace for a time. Back at the Galactic Patrol headquarters, Jocko is yawning in his chair, noting today is also peaceful. Having gone out before, he's now going to do a cyber patrol on the internet until it's time to clock out. It turns out he's looking at auction sites. What kind of patrolling is that? Another officer, Karamisu, has business in the Galactic prison and says Jocko should go with him if he's free. Jocko tries to stay, but he's dragged along anyway. Now this is where it's going to get interesting. These next 2 pages lead into the Granola arc, right here. At the Galactic prison, Jocko passes by the female prisoners who had escaped before. One of them asks how Jocko is doing, and he says things are peaceful every day thanks to them. She teases him about wanting to play again, but Jocko shuts her down, saying she won't get away again. Karamisu has a question for Yumba. It seems their radar caught a faint distress signal near the crater where Moro exploded. Does he know what that is? Yumba doesn't know, so he asks Kuitur, who also doesn't know. Instead, they argue about food before one of the other prisoners, Zaoyogi, jeez, these names are kind of tough to say, sorry, speaks up. He hasn't forgotten the Galactic Patrol killed their companions. Karamisu explains that it was actually Moro who killed those guys. Jocko says that Moro ate and killed 7-3. Zaoyogi scoffs and says 7-3 isn't a person, so he can't be killed. So this is something very interesting coming to light right here. So we're finding out now that 7-3 isn't a biological being, he's something else. What is he? Guess we'll see. Back on Earth, we see the crater left by Moro's explosion. Inside, there are pieces of something. Zayogi then says that 7-3 was in fact something they'd stolen. They put data in his empty shell and strengthened it from scratch. So he's kind of like an android of sorts, I guess. If it's that dangerous, Karamisu is glad it's disappeared. Back on Earth, the substance shown before begins moving. That's the little thing going into the crater that we saw in the previous panels. Yumba asks Jocko if they confirmed the destruction of 7-3. Jocko says it's not necessary, Moro and Co have disappeared without a trace. Yumba smug says, you didn't check, did you? And that's the panel that we saw in the previous video as well. So this could have been a very grave mistake by them not checking, but again, they didn't know what 7-3 was, so interesting. On Earth again, the damaged head of 7-3 lies in the crater. The substance from before attaches to him and his eye begins to glow. After hearing Yumba's words, Jocko and the officer decide to go to Earth to investigate Moro's crater. Unfortunately, they're able to find nothing, not a trace of Moro or 7-3. Jocko then suggests they go get some cheese since they're on Earth. Now, they're too late because the henchmen of that bounty hunter I'm counting have already gotten 7-3's head, so it's way too late. Too little too late, Jocko. Alright, bear with me, one more page, here we go. Zero and the other side of a rock formation, 2 aliens hold a jar with 7-3's head inside. As Jocko and Karamisu fly off, the 2 aliens make their escape, back to their ship with the stolen 7-3 and blast off from Earth. Jocko and Karamisu leave as well, but not before getting some souvenirs. And so a few months have passed. In the universe far from Earth, the men who took the 7-3 head are back aboard their own ship. It turns out it was Sagambo who stole 7-3 from them to begin with. Ah, interesting. His data has since been copied to some new models. Originally, they lost hope when 7-3 was stolen, but now he's powered up far beyond expectation. Now it's their time to rule the universe. So like I said before, that this was giving me Dr. Giro vibes. This is definitely kind of resembling the Android arc a little bit here, with far crazier powers, of course. Just then, another ship comes into view. The mysterious pilot inside confirms with someone named Oatmeal. So granola and oatmeal, okay. That's the ship. Oatmeal tells the guy Granola to stay sharp. Granola acknowledges and says he's relying on Oatmeal for support. The members of the other group are in a panic. It's time to deploy the troops. A group of them fire on Granola in the ship's hallways, but Granola manages to take them out by firing his gun and dealing an electrical attack. Very Darth Vader style in Rogue One. I kinda dig it. The boss Goichi calls for all of the OG soldiers to be activated, and we see them coming out of many pods. A battalion of men that look like 7-3 approach Granola. Which one is the target? Granola tells Oatmeal to find it. They note that this is OG 7-3I, not their target. Huh. This is getting fairly interesting. Granola breaks 7-2's gem and he collapses. The other numbered units rush in and Granola takes all of them out too, with pointed attacks. He rounds the corner to face off against more soldiers, destroying them too, before blasting the door panel. So Granola definitely has knowledge of how to take these out. He knows that that crystal is the weakness, and he is exploiting that weakness to the max. Inside are even more soldiers, that is, until Granola sees the regenerating 73 encapsulated in the back. Oatmeal tells Granola that he has found his target. So a few things to note here. This is really giving me Android arc vibes from Dragon Ball Z, with the main 73 being Cell in a way. All the other clones of 7-3 are kind of like the androids. They're powerful, but not as powerful as the one regenerating. So this is interesting. Like, if 7-3 ends up being the main villain of this arc, it's just so strange to take a side character from a previous arc that wasn't anywhere near as strong as the main villain, and then becomes the main villain. Although, I mean, at this point, who knows? But this is very interesting. It sounds like he has limitless potential at this point. If he is just a pretty much a capsule for energy, a program, essentially an android, then his capabilities may be limitless, and this is trouble for our heroes. So we'll just have to see how this unfolds. But either way, this is exciting. I can't wait to see how this unfolds. Alright guys, my mouth is a little dry from all that reading. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that little bell so you're notified every time I drop a brand new video. And we're getting information up the wazoo, so we might see another video. Alright guys, as always, wash your hands, take care of each other, and I'll see you on the next one. Maybe soon, who knows.